Hey guys, Zelda here, and welcome back to 999. I'm not sure if this is where we left off, but last episode we had a lot of exposition, a lot of information, a lot of dialogue about how everything works, that there's a bomb inside of them, that if they don't follow the rules, that they're gonna explode if they're going through one of the doors. So, and now we wanted to make a choice of which door we were going to go through. I believe I left off on that decision, but I guess when you reload it, this happens. So...
It seems we've reached a conclusion. Shall we go? I'm going...
I believe we've done this part.
Which door?
This is where we left off. And I have made the decision to at least try to do what I think I would have done as a 15-year-old kid. And my thought process was that June had a fever and I wanted to make sure that she was okay, and I went through door 4. So I think I'm gonna stick with 4 for now. Decided that door 4 would be fine.
I'll go through door 4 with Lotus, Santa, and June. There's nothing to worry about. I just need to stay by her side.
Exactly. June, Akana Kurashiki.
This should be fine. It's no problem this way. I should see the other 4 off.
He made no shows of affection, but Junpei saw her as something more than just a friend from his childhood.
Looks like Ace and the others are going.
He watched the other 4 walk toward their door. Ace, Snake, Clover, and 7. Junpei said nothing as they left. Before long, they had reached door 5. They talked to one another for a few seconds, saying things Junpei couldn't hear, and then laid their hands, one by one, on the scanner panel of the red.
Now then.
Ace grabbed the lever. His face tight with determination, he turned over his shoulder to look at Junpei and his companions.
Goodbye.
Be careful.
I tried to keep my mouse out of the way, but sometimes that doesn't work. As Ace pulled the lever, the door swung open, the mouth of a great hungry beast. Yeah.
So horrible.
Beyond the door, Junpei knew lay the sad remains of the 9th man. It did not surprise him that Ace, Clover, and 7 hesitated. The body was not a pleasant thing.
What are you doing? We need to hurry.
Snake had no such problems with his blindness, as his blindness made him immune to the horror. But I imagine that he must smell it. Like, probably much more potent than the other ones, because his other senses are heightened. He stepped through the door, his feet making a white splack in the pool of blood.
Snake, your shoes!
It's fine. Hurry! Or are you planning on dying with everyone else? I assume you haven't forgotten the door only remains open for 9 seconds, have you?
Sorry, Snake!
It
Let's go!
must be weird for Clover to call her brother Snake when he knows when she knows his real name. The three remaining steeled themselves and stepped through the door. Boom. Door 5 swung shut. Oh, I hate swung shut. That word connection swung shut, closing with the heavy finality of metal upon metal. Junpei and his companions scrambled to the door.
Hey! How is it over there? Did you find anything? At least say something, will you?
Something's beeping.
It's just like before.
Probably the sound of the detonator on the bracelet.
Do you think they're okay?
Yes, because we didn't hear boom yet, so... June's face showed her concern more plainly than her words ever could. Oh, here again. Almost as though in response to her question, a voice rang out from the other side of the door. It was Seven.
Hey, there it is! That's gotta be that dead thing! Come on, get over here! We gotta authenticate!
The beeping stopped.
The sighs of relief were audible even through the heavy door.
Looks like it stopped.
Junpei and his companions leaned away from the door and breathed a collective sigh of relief on their own.
Hey, guys! Are you doing alright over there?
They'd hear Seven's voice, but it wouldn't hurt to be sure.
Yep, we're fine.
Despite the recent danger, Clovis' voice was as bubbly as ever.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you about this whole dead thing, okay? The dead is just like the red, but the color's different. You know how the red was red? Well, the dead is blue. Other than that, it's just like the red. Authenticating is the same too.
All right.
Awesome! Thanks! That helps a lot.
Well, we should probably move on now. You
Yes.
be careful out there.
Roger that.
Junpei and the others left door 5 and headed towards door 4.
Now it's our turn. I'll go first.
They stood in front of the red and placed each of their hands upon it. Four asterisks appeared on the screen. Junpei grabbed the lever. I always confuse lever and lever. It's gonna change every now and then. Lever and turned around.
Okay, we ready?
Yeah.
Sure.
Let's go.
None of them looked particularly optimistic, but their faces were set. Junpei nodded to them and turned back to the red.
Alright, let's go.
With strength and determination, he pulled the lever.
Run!
At least they didn't wait for it, like the others did. The four of them leapt through the door together. The moment they had passed through it, each heard a cold electronic sound coming from their left wrist.
Oh, damn.
In the center of each bracelet, a red skull appeared and began to flash.
It's counting down.
The detonator's countdown had begun. In the long moment that each of them spent staring at their wrist. Well, a long moment, 9 seconds is not very long. The numbered door behind them closed to the sound of metal on metal reverberating down the hallway.
We can't go back!
We need to hurry and find the device.
Hey! Where the hell is the dead?
How would I know?
Don't give me that crap! Start looking!
I already am.
They began to run, eyes looking frantically for the device that was the key to their salvation. The hallway they found themselves running down was a long one, easily 300 feet in length. On the right side of it stood a series of wooden doors, all nearly identical. If they had taken the time to think, they would likely have discerned that the doors led to cabins.
Don't tell me the dead is in one of those rooms.
Discerned that the doors led to cabins.
Oh no! How many rooms do you think there are?
Jimmy was too frightened to count properly, but at his best guess there were 7 or 8 of them.
Ah, fuck! We don't have time to count.
Junpei ran to the nearest door.
We just need to open them all.
He grabbed the knob and shook it hard.
It won't open.
It didn't feel locked, more like someone had hammered an iron plate over the other side of the door. Junpei turned around to find another door and saw that his companions had already run to the doors of their own. They did not seem to be having any more success than he had. Their own words confirmed his fears.
Shit, this one's no good.
Same here. It's not moving.
Well, that's 4 doors. Jun was the last to speak up. As Junpei As Junpei looked in her direction, his eye caught something he hadn't noticed before. A small red blinking light.
There it is! At the end of the hallway! Run!
Even as he yelled, he ran. He grabbed Santa, Lotus, and June and pulled them toward the light. Santa called out to them as he ran.
Hey, how many more seconds do we have?
How are you able to talk when you're running? You must be in really great shape.
How would I know? Our time limit is 81 seconds!
I know that, goddammit! I'm asking you how many seconds we have left!
In all likelihood, Junpei figured nearly a minute had already passed since the door had closed behind them. If that was true, urgency foremost in all of their minds, they arrived at the end of the hallway. The dead sat on the left wall, blinking almost tauntingly at them.
Hurry! It's the dead! Get over here!
Junpei grabbed hold of the machine, his hands slick with sweat and shaking. He slammed his hand against the scanner panel.
Come on, everyone!
The other three quickly followed suit. With a grunt, Santa yanked the lever downward. Also, you are out of breath. I don't know how you can talk during running, but okay. Okay, they're all panting.
Looks like it stopped.
I don't think we need to hear everybody panting. His hands beginning to steady, Junpei wiped away some of the sweat that had beaded on his forehead. As they caught their breath, the four companions began to look around.
There's another door at the end of the hallway.
He could see a heavy-looking set of double doors, which is these doors, set into the wall of the hallway. On either side of the larger door were two smaller ones.
Let's try this one first. And of course it won't open.
How many times had he come across similar doors with similar results, he wondered. Or perhaps he corrected himself more of a lack of results. Whatever the reason, the door remained firm and unyielding and refused to allow Junpei or anyone else passage.
A keyhole.
Above the keyhole was a small symbol engraved in the brass. That's the Mars symbol.
What's this mark? Mail?
Mail? He wasn't quite sure what to make of it, and stared at it for a moment in confusion. It was June that corrected him.
No, not exactly. That's probably the symbol of Mars. Well, technically, they are the same symbol. But I saw a number of similar symbols near the main stairway. The symbols of the solar system.
Oh, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
The sun, Saturn, and Earth.
At least that's what I'm assuming.
So this isn't the man symbol. It's a symbol for Mars?
Yup.
I think so, yes.
I see. Wait, where's Santa?
While Junpei and June talked, Santa had disappeared. What you doing, Santa? They turned to find him some distance down the hallway. He had gone to check the other doors. He is so impatient. Eventually, he reached the last one of them and jogged back. It took him only a moment to catch his breath again.
Yeah, so, I looked the place over. Here's the deal. None of the other doors open.
Then that must mean...
We only have 2 more doors.
Lotus examined the doors on either side of the larger double door. Each one of them had a metal plate attached to it.
Maybe it's the room number.
B92 and B93.
The door on the left has a B92, and the one on the right says B93. All right, let's open them. I'll open B92.
Okay, I'll get B93 then.
Junpei put his hand on the doorknob, and Santa moved to the other door. They made it through the numbered door alive. There was nothing more to be afraid of. Junpei and Santa looked at each other and nodded.
1, 2, 3!
In unison, they pushed against their respective doors and promptly found themselves in a new room. June followed Junpei as he threw open his door. He turned around and saw that the door on the other side was open as well. Though through the door was another person, his mouth agape. It was Santa.
Hey, it opened.
I love how he's surprised. I mean, you would be if everything else is locked and only these two open. You're like, you probably think that this would be locked as well, but nope, it opened.
Yeah, it did.
Junpei and Santa looked at each other.
I didn't expect that.
No.
It was so easy.
I mean, it's supposed to be easy. Lotus's calm voice broke into their thoughts.
Maybe this is all part of Zero's plan. I can't say I enjoy being treated like someone's puppet.
As she headed for room 93, Lotus continued.
Well, now we have these 2 rooms. I'm sure there's something in there that will help us get out of here. Let's find it. Santa and I will search this room. You 2 take the other one.
All right.
Okay.
Here we go. Bum, 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 bum. This little bit of like music that that lives rent free in my mind. Every time I think something is mysterious, I'm like beep boop boop boo. That's just part of me now. So we are going to have a fun little puzzle on our hands. So we're gonna click everything. Look, it's a dog. Alright. Anybody who doesn't think this is a dog, that's because you haven't ever played this game. I can only see a dog now. Like, other people may see different things, but I can only see a dog. This is kind of a weird looking picture. Do you think it's an abstract painting or something? It looks kind of like a demon with an elephant-like nose. Sucking on a human's being's brain. Where the hell did that come from? What's her brain made of? Can't say I'd mind finding out a little bit more about what goes on in there. It's kind of a weird looking picture. It's some sort of weird black and white design. Looks like there's a room on the right side of this picture. Okay. That's the same. It's a vase. That vase looks expensive. I wonder how much we could get for it. Are you gonna steal it? It looks like a valuable vase. Empty though. It looks like there is a room on the right to the vase. Yeah, I noticed that. Ooh, look, shower. It's just a shower head. There's nothing special about it. Knobs. That's a shower knob. Let's see if anything happens when we turn it. No water's coming out. There's a little blue platform protruding from the shower wall next to the knobs. It's for putting soap on. I used to shower once. So I know. I think we all used to shower once doing Junpei. That's the bathroom wall. There are square tiles all over it. The wall's covered with square tiles. They've all got geometric shapes on them. Okay, that's the same. It's a light. Well, how about we close it or something? Shower curtains, huh? Let's try closing it. We can close it. Now I can see the full expanse of the shower curtain in all its waterproof glory. Waterproof. I'm gonna make many of those mistakes. I hope you're okay with that. I mean, again, I'm dyslexic, so I tend to like just make mistakes when reading and not notice them. And if I do, I correct it. It's weird. There's nothing. Or sorry, that was Junpei, not June. There's nothing. Suspicious. It's just a normal old shower curtain. I never shower, and I'm standing in it with June. Ooh. It'd be so funny if they had a whole conversation in the shower. This is awkward. Time to open the curtain. Okay, so a collection of full and partially depleted rolls of toilet paper. Someone was well prepared. There's nothing too suspicious about it. A collection of full and partially depleted rolls of toilet paper. Someone was well prepared. Are you just gonna... Okay. Now let's check the toilet. There's nothing there. The tank's empty too. There isn't any water in it. There isn't even any water in it. A toilet. It's completely dry. Okay, well. It's a shower head. It feels dry too. It probably means no one has used it in a long time. Well, I don't really see much else. It's just this, so let's go back to the door. Yeah. Why don't we go back to the living room? Okay, let's go back. I think it's so funny because I am a girl and I do a higher voice for a girl. Even though I'm pretty sure my voice is pretty high on its own. So I have to like talk like this when I'm Junpei and just talk normally when I'm June, but nope. Of course not. Okay, so I think that one leads... I think this one leads back to where we came from. Junpei, what are you doing? We don't have time to be relaxing on the sofa. It's a sofa. Maybe I shouldn't sit on it. June will get mad again. Ooh, matches. It's a box of matches. There are matches inside, obviously. Are there? Hey, do you think we could burn down the door at the end of the hallway with these matches? Oh, this is Junpei. Sorry. Hey, do you think we can burn down the door at the end of the hallway with these matches? Not gonna work, huh? Yeah. They're matches. I could probably light something small on fire with them. Okay, that was all the dialogue. Sometimes you have to click things multiple times. Junpei looked down blankly at what he was holding, then up at June.
Oh yeah, how's your fever? You feeling better now?
Yes, I'm fine.
June certainly looked fine.
Let me see your forehead.
I mean, it's pretty obvious, it's right there. Junpei held his hand on her forehead for a few seconds.
Oh!
For a few My brain sometimes, guys. I feel like sometimes I just want to say what my brain is putting out there, but for a few seconds. No, seriously, I actually read it like that. For a few seconds. It's a few.
I guess it really has gone down.
Are you worried about me?
You're so pretty. Yeah, I guess I am.
Yeah, I guess I am.
June blushed and giggled.
By the way, Jumpy,
Hmm?
how did you end up here?
What do you mean? I told you earlier, didn't I?
There was a man with a gas mask when you got home at night. You inhaled some white smoke and passed out. When you woke up, you were on D-deck.
Damn straight.
Damn straight. Grrr.
But is that really the truth?
What?
Jumpy, are you hiding something from me?
Like
No,
what?
why would I?
Well, if you think about it, this is awfully suspicious.
I mean, yeah, because we know each
I
other.
mean, why would two childhood friends bump into each other in a place like this?
I don't know. Where'd you move to? Do you still live in the same town? Because that's pretty easy. But if you live all across the world, then maybe not.
Hey, I could ask you the same thing.
Hey, don't be so accusatory. She's just curious, I think.
Are you hiding something?
What would I hide?
Well, I don't know. Anything. I mean, you're hiding it. How would I know?
You mean like
Stop
the
shouting.
number of men I've dated?
No, June, that's not what we mean. Oh shit. Junpei's heart stumbled over itself.
Do you want to know?
He had to admit, he was a little curious.
Don't worry.
She smiled at him.
Only 18.
I highly doubt that. Oh wait, it's a digital root, right? So 1 + 8 is 9. So 9 men instead of 18. I'm sorry. It's because the narrator has the so I have to do the as well.
Times 0.
Times 0.
Yeah, I guess I just haven't met Mr. Right yet.
Hi, my name is Wright. Mr. Wright. June looked a little embarrassed and scratched the back of her head in a desperate attempt to seem nonchalant.
Yeah, I see.
It's so weird, because like these long things, somehow I managed to just read them pretty well, and then short ones I mess up. Junpei coughed quietly in much the same way.
Anyway, I'm not hiding anything. Just like you, Jumpy. When I woke up, I was on D-deck.
I know what I know, so I'm not gonna tell you. Let's just say she isn't hiding nothing.
Well, you do have a point. I mean, why did Zero pick us? We haven't seen each other since elementary school.
I wonder.
June nodded, and for a few moments she had the faraway look of someone in deep thought.
Look for what connects the victims. That will lead you to the culprit.
Which is exactly what we'll be doing in this entire game. Like, look at what connects. Like, I already know some connections. There's definitely two people that are connected that we don't think are connected. And there's also two people who we don't know they're connected, but apparently they are somehow, not directly, but coincidentally. And then, let's see. Of course, we have Clover and Snake, they're siblings, so they're connected anyway. But why? Why are they connected? Are they connected on a different level? And then we have these two. They're connected by their past, but maybe for another reason. And who else do we have? Santa. We have Santa. How does he fit in? Why is he here? There is a connection there. Not gonna tell you, but there's a connection. And then we have June, which just talked about 7, and Lotus, and the 9th man. Yeah. So, trust me, there are many connections, but you have to play through every ending to get every little piece of information, which isn't what I'm trying to do. I don't want to get the first ending correctly. I want to get the bad endings first and then get the good endings. So you get every piece and morsel of information and get all of the things in your head, you know? Because that's when it gets really good. Then you're like, oh my god, that's because of this thing, and this is because of that thing. So, yeah. Sorry. I will continue.
Do you remember 7 saying something like that?
Yes. There's a reason why he said that, too.
Yeah, I do. So?
Well, that's what I'm saying. I think this must all have something to do with a classmate of ours.
You got any ideas who it might be?
But that what would connect that classmate to, like, Snake and Clover, for example, or Santa, or Lotus, or 7?
No, nothing.
Or Ace, or even the 9th man.
Oh,
Well, if it had something to do with school, then it could be one of our teachers, or maybe the principal.
Or the janitor, or the lunch lady.
No, I can barely remember any of them.
Yeah, but just because you can't remember them doesn't mean they won't remember you.
Yeah, I know. ...
Jimpy went back to searching, feeling... What? Back to searching, feeling unpleasant and confused? I don't know if this word is correct. Jimpy went back to searching, feeling unpleasant. That does not make sense. I think we can scratch this searching. Jimpy went back to feeling unpleasant and confused. Elementary school. Was there anything strange that had happened in elementary school? As he searched the room, he continued to rack his brain. It's a display case, but there's nothing being displayed. How sad. Looks like the drawers are empty too. It's a round wooden table. Guys, we know for certain it's a round wooden table. There's nothing in the display case. The drawers are empty too. Okay, that's that one. Okay, so what's in here? Look! It's a bottle with water in it. This is a bedroom. They probably have it here because your throat always feels dry when you wake up, you know? Yeah, I know Zero Escape Dilemma is on sale because it's the puzzle time. I know, Steam, I know. But I can't afford that right now. I can only afford this game and the next game, and Zero Escape Dilemma thing will be later. My throat's dry, but I think that's because I'm a little nervous right now. Well, we did run a lot, so we're kind of sweaty. Hey, Jimpy, did you want to take a shower together? Yes! I would like to take a shower together. Whoa! Just kidding. Too late to take it back. My brain's already working out the picture. My throat was dry already. This sure isn't helping. It's a light blue blanket with some designs on it. Someone's made the bed, or at least never unmade it. There's only bed sheets under the blanket, nothing exciting. Look, there's two pillows right next to each other. Guess it's a double. Huh? Huh? What's up? Sorry, her picture appeared and I thought she was talking. You're turning red. Oh man, is her fever back? No, she's thinking about sharing the bed with you. Hey, are you alright? Do you need to lay down for a minute? I'm fine. I think it's still a little early for that. Huh. Hey, seriously, are you really okay? There are two pillows next to each other. Okay. A blanket. Should we take another look at this blanket? No, I think we've covered it pretty well. Looks like that one was lame enough to get her to blush a little. Was that a joke? Okay. A bed frame. Now we don't have to worry about falling off. I toss and turn when I sleep. Same girl, I'm like a ninja in bed. I'll just kick and like toss and turn. She's blushing again. What the hell is she thinking about? I don't know. A bed frame. If nothing else, okay. It's a light. Oh, it's light, sorry. It's light, even when it's heavy. That's light. It's a light. Thanks to it, we can see. This isn't a painting. Is it a map? It looks like a map of the ship's interior. Oh, this is a great find. I think it'll be rather useful. Let's take it with us. It is now possible to use the map screen. Map screen. The map screen can only be viewed during the story sections. While on the map screen, you can examine a map of the ship's floor plan, which you will acquire over the course of the story. Clicking the green parts of the floor plan will allow you to see a bird's eye view of that room. Junpei took one last look at the map, then folded it up and slid it back into his pocket. June looked up as he closed it.
This ship is bigger than I thought.
See how I had no problem with this, but then I had problems with this? That's so annoying.
Yeah, it's probably about 900 feet long.
Must be one of those fancy cruise ships.
Of course, it doesn't really look like a cruise ship. Everything in here is really retro. Even if it's just some sort of style choice, there's just too much.
Do you remember what Zero said?
Hello, Daft Punk.
Do you think maybe this boat and the Titanic have something to do with each other?
Maybe.
That's a good point. I doubt he would have mentioned it if there wasn't a reason.
Junpei took a moment to look around the room.
Do you think this boat is...
The replica of the Titanic? The actual Titanic is in the ocean floor, so I don't think it's the actual Titanic.
A replica of the Titanic?
A replica?
Yeah, you know, like a copy of the actual boat.
Who on earth would
Ship.
make something like that?
It's a ship, Junpei, not a boat. Boats are little, ships are big.
Fans. Crazy Titanic fans.
No way. Do you even know how much money that would take?
Oh, there's plenty of people and plenty of weird people in this world that would do that shit. Like, I have been on the internet for way too long, so I know that for a fact. There are crazy people in this world who will do anything to get their hands on something historical, or like even serial killer things, you know, like things like that a serial killer used, or their clothes or stuff like that. They will literally auction that shit off, and then people buy it because they're obsessed with that serial killer. So yes, I do think there are people who would replicate the Titanic if they could.
No idea.
Yes, Junpei, definitely.
But all they've got to do is break even, you know?
Break even?
Yeah, they could use it as a cruise ship.
Yeah.
Climb aboard, a piece of history, sail around the world in the resurrected Titanic. Hell, with marketing like that, they'd probably have more customers than they'd know what to do with.
Do you really think people would want to ride on a ship with such an ominous past?
Oh, fuck yes. Oh, 100%, June. 100%. There are creepy weird people out there who would live for this shit.
It's the site of the worst accident in history. Over 1,500 people died. I wouldn't be surprised if you'd get cursed just for going.
Is it though? Is it the site of the worst accident in history? Like, I will contest that. I will say that isn't true. Like, I feel like things like Chernobyl, whatever you want to call it, is probably also pretty bad. Fukushima is pretty bad, you know, the Sendai wave tsunami, pretty bad too. So, worst, I'm gonna look it up. Worst accident in history. Like, actual, like, disaster, not disasters, accidents. Like, perils of industry. If the Titanic is on here, then we... Okay, no. That's not... Okay. Okay, I don't know, but, like... They say over 1,500 people died. It's literally 1,517. That's apparently what is. Maritime disasters, yes, definitely. I definitely think it's the worst marine, like maritime disaster in all the world. I know this is not interesting, but I find this very interesting. So that's why I'm looking it up. But I don't believe that is probably the worst. Maybe only the worst maritime, but not the worst one in history. I definitely think more people died in other industrial, like, disasters at this point. So.
A curse, huh?
Jumpy, do you believe in that sort of thing?
No.
You know, curses and stuff?
No, I think it's hokey pokey, and that people make that up to make other people scared. And the more you believe in something, the more it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. Nope, they're a load of crap.
But I can't really say I believe in that kind of stuff.
Tact was not one of Junpei's many better qualities.
What about you? No, I guess that's kind of a dumb question.
Yes, I do believe in curses. In fact,
sure.
I think it was a curse that sunk the Titanic.
Of course.
What?
It's not that it was really badly made. Like, they made it in such a way that it could not hold the amount of passengers and the amount of, like, weight that it was. Like, that happened before, like, in many cases back in the day, so... I believe that was the reason why the Titanic sunk, because it just wasn't well optimized. And it, of course, it hit a freaking iceberg, of course. But, you know.
A curse sank the Titanic. The curse of the Egyptian mummy.
Of course, June. I totally believe you. Junpei couldn't understand how June had maintained a straight face to say that.
Supposedly, the Titanic carried the mummy of the priestess Amun-Ra, which was stolen from a pyramid.
Was it,
and
though?
They say that the mummy had a history.
Uh-huh.
Everyone involved with it died mysterious deaths.
Oh, yes. This is this thing, right? Oh,
come on, I'm
serious
sure
deaths.
you've heard of it before.
Yes.
Those who open the coffin will be forever cursed. Haven't you ever heard that one?
So you're saying the Titanic sunk because of that curse?
That's right!
June's eyes had lit up with excitement, with like a child with a new toy.
That's stupid. I don't buy it.
It's stupid. I don't buy it.
It's true!
No, it's not.
How can you be so sure?
That mummy wasn't just a normal mummy. It was really mysterious, totally unbelievable.
What is so unbelievable about it?
Well, supposedly, she was really pretty.
Pretty?
Mm-hmm.
Yes?
But she was a mummy.
That's right. She wasn't all shriveled up or rotten or anything. She almost looked alive.
Oh, okay, I get it. Okay, it's that thing. I don't remember the name. Where your body turns into some kind of wax? Yeah? The fat in it turns into something kind of like candle wax, right? And...
Yes, saponification, but that's not what it was.
Huh?
That's not it. She wasn't wax.
Then what was it?
They say that she was frozen.
What? Frozen?
That's right. The whole body was frozen solid. You know how a human body is more than 60% water? Well, all of that water was frozen. The story says that from the time of its discovery all the way through to when it got put on the Titanic. Even though it was carried through the desert, her body never melted.
That's crazy.
I think so too, but maybe it's true and we just didn't know about it before.
I didn't know?
Yep. Maybe it's common sense to eat shaved ice in the desert because it lasts forever.
No.
Huh? Nah, that seems too silly to be true.
It's shaved ice in the desert. It'll melt.
But maybe it isn't. It just appears that way because you didn't know it was true.
I'm pretty sure that's true, June.
Well, yeah,
June has the perfect like mindset to become like completely obsessed with conspiracy theories. Like I would not put it past her. And June and Junpei talked a little more and then went back to their investigation. But even as they did, his mind went back to what she
ice
told
that
him.
doesn't melt, even in the desert? Does something like that really exist?
I mean, we could look it up.
No, even if it did, it wouldn't really be ice anymore, would it?
The more he thought about it, the more his head hurt. Like he'd eaten his ice cream too fast. So I actually looked it up. Apparently, they did discover this priestess, Amon-Ra. But, and a lot of things happened. Not like two people didn't come back when they carried her and stuff like that. Like, kind of curse-esque kind of things. But none of this ice stuff. Like, she's like, oh, she was perfectly preserved and looked like ice. That doesn't exist in this story. And she's also called, like, the mummy is called the Unlucky Mummy, which bears the exact same identifier as the priestess Amon-Ra, and she's still in the British Museum. So, yeah, she was not on the Titanic. Because it's just a gigantic hoax. So just so you know, but this is gonna happen a lot in this game, that they're gonna put up like a fanciful story, like, oh my god, did you know about this? But then it's just a hoax. It doesn't actually exist, or people thought before that it existed. Like, I could type in mummy ice desert. No, not dessert. Desert, please. Mummies I mean, I don't even have anything that shows up when I put that in. Ice, mummy, desert, doesn't exist. So I highly doubt that ever existed. Anyway, let's continue our story. The chair that goes with the dresser. There's nothing particularly interesting about it. Also, I hope that you like that, me like being like, hey, that is not actually true. Because when I was 15, I believed that shit. And now I'm like, is that actually true? So I looked it up and now it turns out it was just a hoax. So, just so you know, it doesn't actually exist. But for the sake of the story, it totally exists. It's a dresser. There's nothing on top. This is the mirror for the dresser. And now she's playing with her hair. Does she even realize she's doing that? Hey, we don't have time for that. Come on, it's not like there's anyone here you need to impress. Yes, there is. Who? What? Why are you so quiet all of a sudden? Ugh, forget it, Jumpy. Oh, look, it's a key. A dresser key. A key? Oh, a key. Do you think it's the key to the dresser? Maybe. It's a key we found in the dresser. Maybe I can use it on another similar dresser? The key we found in the dresser. Maybe I can use it. Okay. There's nothing inside. Okay. Well, there's not a light. It's a light. Thanks to it, we can see. I think we've found most of the things here. Let's go out here. Jumpy, where are you going? I was thinking going over to Clotus's room. Why? What do you mean, why? I'm just gonna go check up on them. Is there something wrong with that? Well, no. Come back soon. Sure thing. I'll leave the rest to you. Sure. Leave it to me. Alright, off to the other room. Looks like a valuable vase. Empty though. There seems to be a room on the left side of the vase. It's a tile with a black and white pattern on it. There's a squirrel. I don't know how to do his voice, sorry. I can do that. There's a square tile in this frame. It's glued in there quite well, and I don't think you can take it out. Yeah? Wait. There's a tile in the frame. Those empty areas seem kind of suspicious. Okay, well that was that. Yeah, okay. Let's go back in here. I think it's the same, but dialogue. Whoa, look! Junpei! There's a mushroom growing out of the wall. That's a shower head. That's the shower knob. I tried turning it, but no water comes out. I'm trying to soften up my voice and make it a little bit sexier, but I don't know if it's working. This thing is a little shelf. This thing's a little shelf for putting soap on. This is the bathroom wall. The whole wall is covered in these square tiles. It's a wall covered in small square tiles. They've all got the geometric shapes on them, the same as before. But this one doesn't have a shower curtain. This room doesn't have a shower curtain. This room? Well, there were shower curtains in the bathroom that June was checking out. June. Notice that he says June and not June and I. But you're saying that this bathroom doesn't have any. Yeah, that's right. There's probably a reason why. I'm trying to make my voice a little bit meh, you know, like meh. Angry. Why? Anyway. Some toilet paper. We've got 2 rolls, I guess. Is there anything in the toilet? Guess not. The tank's empty too. I'm not very good at this voice, I think. A toilet. There's nothing suspicious about it. There are 2 rolls of toilet paper. One for business and one for fun. Is that really why there's 2 toilet paper rolls? And there's a curtain rod running along the ceiling. No curtains though. Okay, well, that's about it. Let's check out the rest of the room. There's a nice sofa. Hey, check this out! This is a pretty nice sofa. I know. It's a shame that I can't take it back with me. It is pretty. A candle with a candlestick. This might come in handy. What if I combine this with this? I know. If I use these matches to light the candle, you have a lit candle! Woohoo! Well, this is a display case. Check it out. These plates and shit look really expansive. You want to take a look? I can't do the voice. That does not seem like Santa. This tile. I think I've seen it somewhere before. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. Kind of looks like the one we saw in the other room. It needs to be a key. Come on, you stupid thing. Open. It's locked? Yeah, it looks that way. Then we need to find the key that opens it. I mean, I do have a key. Does it fit? Damn. Guess this is the wrong key. Well, that means there's gotta be another one somewhere around here. Otherwise, aren't able to go. Sorry. I'm trying to read faster because he's a faster voice, but like, I can't, dude. I can't. Otherwise, we aren't going to be able to open this thing. Okay, I can do that. It's a round wooden table. It's a round wooden table. Guys, it's a round wooden table. Junpei, I don't mean to pry, but you lit that candle so we could check the room over there, right? I mean, it's dark, you know. Yeah, so? Well, you need to take it with you, then. Otherwise, there's not really much point to lighting it. Awesome, with the light from the candle, maybe I can take a look around over there. But it gets so hot when I hold it. I want to put it down. Well, why don't you set it on top of the dresser? It's flat there. At least it won't fall over. Oh, yeah. Good idea. Hey! It's got pretty bright. It's got pretty bright. Now I can look around a little. Uh-huh. I got a key for a dresser. Let's see if this... Yes! Yes, it worked! That's one of the pieces. That's a strange design. Is it ceramic? Oh. Sorry, this is Lotus. It doesn't look like there's any puzzles in it. A tile with black and white pattern on it. This is a mirror for the dresser. Damn straight. Nothing weird about it, though. There was a towel inside his drawer. Nothing else besides the towel, though. This light doesn't work. It's a light, man. Can't you figure that out on your own? Hard to tell if it's burned out or not. Of course, now that we have the candle, I guess it doesn't really matter that much anymore. A bottle full of water. I don't think we're gonna need this for anything. Hey, Junpei! It's a cupboard! There's a freaking cupboard in here! Are you alright? Oh, don't give me that. Come on, a cupboard in the bedroom can only mean that there's safe in here. Really? Damn, there's nothing in here. Got me all worked up for nothing. For nothing. Okay. There's a shower curtain. Nothing, anything under the blanket? Nope, nothing suspicious here. 2 pillows in a pile. Oh. A pile of pillows. Is that supposed to be some kind of joke? Hey, calm down. 2 pillows, must be a double bed. Nothing under the blanket. A girl with burning red eyes stares back at me. Gah! Ah, I'm just messing with it. There's nothing here. Huh? Hey, what the hell? It just got dark all of a sudden. Maybe the candle got blown out. We should go see. But I wanna... It's too dark to see. Yeah. There's a candlestick covered in melted wax on top of the dresser. Hey! What's this? On top of the candlestick, it looks kind of weird. The top of the candlestick looks kind of weird. Sorry. You're right. It's all bumpy. I mean, that's a key. That's probably gonna be belong in here. Let's see if this candlestick key will do anything. Yes! It opened! Alright, let's pull that shit open! Grab. Hey, don't you think the pattern on that tile looks like something? Yeah, I think I saw it somewhere.
Hey, Junpei, you got a minute?
See, his voice is so much better when he does it. I'm so bad at his voice. You got a minute? Meh. Santa had shown up out of nowhere and gave Junpei no small start.
Here, take this.
Santa pulled out something out of his
A
pocket.
bookmark.
Yes, a bookmark. It looked like a bookmark. It had a 4-leaf clover on it. In it.
What is this for? Do you want me to read a book?
I found it in between some of the cushions on the sofa. Pretty sure it ain't gonna be any help to us, but I figured we might as well hang on to it anyway.
Then why don't you hold on to it?
Santa gave him a wry smile.
You know what I hate most in the world?
I don't care, Santa. This is not the conversation you should be having right now. Yeah, here's a 4-leaf clover bookmark. And you're like, okay. You know what I hate the most in the world? No. Why would you start talking about that when you give me a 4-leaf clover?
I got 4 things. Hope, faith, love, and luck.
Hope, faith, love, and luck?
Damn straight.
And you hate these things?
Yeah, you got a problem with that?
Not really, but...
Junpei tried to figure out how best to phrase what he wanted to say.
What does a bookmark have to do with any of that?
Santa scratched the back of his ear and looked awkward.
Well, see, each leaf on the 4-leaf clover has a meaning to it, okay? And that meaning is pretty much those 4 words. It's like flower language. Well, I guess it's not a flower, is it? So, leaf language, I guess? Yeah, you could call them leaf words.
Leaf words.
Junpei looked at the bookmark.
Hope, faith, love, and luck. The meaning of the leaves on a 4-leaf clover.
So, yeah, I want you to take it, okay? Just touching it gives me the creeps. Take the damn thing, all right?
Okay, calm down, dude. Santa pretended to shiver with disgust and shoved the bookmark into Junpei's confused hands.
Here.
What do you want to do? Do I want to take it? Do I not want to take it? I'm pretty sure I took it the first time, so I'll take it. Decided to take it. After all, why shouldn't he?
Alright, sure. I'll take it.
He shoved the thing into his pocket and gave Santa a last confused look.
Oh, man, I feel a lot better now. That thing was a real pain, you know?
Do you really hate those 4 words that much?
Yeah, well, they can all betray you, you know? Hope, faith, love, even your destiny.
What had happened to Santa? Junpei wondered. How had he become such a bitter person? For a moment, they looked at each other.
Well, that's not my only reason.
What?
That's not the only reason I hate the 4-leaf clover.
No, he actually hates Clover. Like the person, the one with the pink hair.
I just can't bring
Joking.
myself to like the number 4.
What, worried about the 4 horsemen?
Nah, come on, man. That's just silly. Maybe back in the Dark Ages, that kind of crap scared people. But this is the 21st century. And I'm a 21st century guy. I'm a little insulted.
Then why do you hate 4 so much?
'Cause it's a half-ass number. Not the best or the worst. That's why.
What?
9 is a way better number. So what if it's last place, right? At least it's not some lame-ass middle number.
What are you...
I mean, I do agree with him. If you come in 4th, you're like, damn it, I almost got to be 3rd. And when you're third, you're like, I almost got to be second. And when you're second, you're like, oh my god, I almost was first. But when you're 9, you're like, you know, I would have never been in first place, so whatever. And when you're in first place, you're like, yes, I won. So I feel like second place is the worst because you're like almost good enough, you know? Anyway, Santa's explanation made no sense. Junpei was even more confused than before.
You play?
Play.
Like gambling?
You mean like gambling?
Yeah, of course. What else would I mean? In
Stock
Baccarat,
market.
the
Stock
best
market?
possible hand totals 9. They call it Le Grand. But the lowest, most worthless cards, the zeros, they call Monkey.
Just like the guy in charge of this game, huh? Zero's a monkey.
Santa blinked, utterly stunned. What? Then he began to laugh.
Oh man, you're totally right. The guy who trapped us in here sure is one hell of a monkey.
That was when Lotus spoke up.
You know, if you think about it, the Nonary game is really a lot like Baccarat.
Apparently, she'd been listening.
And of course, it doesn't use any of that stupid digital root junk. You just drop the tens digit, and that's it. Still, it does have the same idea of your final number needing to be a single digit.
Oh, yeah, I guess you got a point.
And in both games, whoever has 9 wins.
The person who makes 9 wins?
Again, take this into account. Whoever has 9 wins. And then what Junpei says, don't take that into account. Not makes 9, who has 9.
Wait, did you forget already? Don't you remember what Zero said?
It is hidden, but an exit can be found. Seek a way out. Seek a door that carries a 9. So, if we want to get off this boat, we have to make a team whose numbers have the digital root of 9.
And only the people in that team are going to make it out alive.
Of course. That's why it's called the Nonary Game.
What?
Huh?
You don't know? Nonary means something derived from 9 or base 9.
Why didn't you say this before when he asked, like, does anybody know what this Nonary game is? And you said nothing! Yet you seem to know everything about this game.
It's derived from the Latin prefix nona, which means 9. While we're at it, the prefix for 1 is uni. You know, like the unicorn, the horse with 1 horn. 2 is bi, like binary.
Or bisexual.
Binary means composed of 2 parts.
Or bisexual when you're interested in both genders.
3 is tri. I'm sure you've heard that one plenty. Like trio, triple, and triangle. You get after that you have quart, quinty, sext, septum, and so on.
I wonder if quartz is the reason why quartz is called quartz. Maybe because it has 4 points or something. Quinty, I don't know. Quinty, I don't know any word with quinty in it. I know the name Quinton. Sext. That's something you send to people when you're horny. Sext. Or sextant. You also have a sextant. That's the thing. Septim. That's that guy from Oblivion. Emperor Septim or something, right? Septim. So that's 5, 6, 7 septim. And so on. And then you have octo, octopus, octagon, octo... something else.
And of course the prefix for 8 is octo, like octopus.
Like octopus, yeah.
It's called that because it has 8 legs. Get it?
Yes.
I see. So then Nona means 9.
Lotus noted.
So, how many of us are trapped on this ship?
That'd be 9.
9.
And what are the bracelet numbers we have?
9.
They go from 1 to 9.
And our time limit? How many hours did we have?
9.
Zero said 9 hours.
And finally, to get out of this ship,
We need to find the door with a 9 that's hidden somewhere in the ship.
9 hours, 9 person, 9 doors.
By making a team with the digital root of 9.
Lotus nodded again.
There you have it.
Why did I mess up on nodded?
The number 9 is everywhere in this game. He's got a real theme of 9s for this whole thing. No wonder it's called the Nonary.
Like I said in, I think, a previous episode, you have 81 seconds before the bomb blows up in your intestine. 8 plus 1 is 9. 9 seconds until the door closes. Dot, dot, dot. Dot, dot, dot. Oh, I hate it when it creaks. Somewhere far away, Junpei heated. No, Junpei heard the creak of stressed metal. It sounded almost like Zero laughing at them, or the sad, desperate scream of a pig headed to the slaughterhouse. And with that, I'm gonna stop this episode because we have been recorded for an hour right now, and I don't want to make it too long. I think this is good. Tell me if you like 1 hour episodes, by the way. If you would like it shorter, that's fine too. But I feel like 1 hour for this game is good enough. Otherwise, this will end up with 100 parts. I don't want that. So I will see you all in the next episode. I hope you enjoyed this one, and I'll see you then. Bye bye.